So this is my Module 2 360 Photo Critique. From these sign readings and videos for the week, my main takeaway was obviously the importance of exposure. This makes a big difference, obviously, when you're taking your photos so you can actually see the photos. I particularly live in a very snowy area, so when I take my camera outside, if the exposure is not set right, you can't see anything. It is a pure white screen, and then when you've changed the exposure and come back inside, you still can't see anything because your exposure is set so that you can use it in this highlight environment outside. So that was the main thing that I took away from the assigned reading and videos was that exposure is probably one of the most important aspects of taking good photos. Completing the 360 photo assignment was really hard. My resources are within like my home, especially considering this just happened to be a weekend where I was not able to really leave because of the snow. And it's very cold and it's hard to get around the yard to be even outside. So that was hard in itself, just finding subject matters, and then in my house, just trying to and find interesting things. But using the cameras proven to be a little difficult for me. I've used lots of cameras. I've taken lots of video production and photography classes, just big DSLRs. But the camera itself is a little frustrating because it's so sensitive if you touch it in the right spot or not. And it keeps switching to video, so I don't know what I'm doing there. But that was a little frustrating. The light daylight photos really was just getting the exposure set in the right spot was my main hardship. But once I got it, the photos actually came out pretty cool, I think. These were definitely ones that I was like, okay, this camera is really fun to use. The fast motion photos I really struggled with. I just the time it takes for the camera to take the photos was confusing for me. I don't know. I guess I just need more time to really learn it. Um and with my schedule that just has proven a little difficult. Um but I was moving the camera and I feel like it was really hard without having a light source subject to actually get that action happening. The low light photos kind of the same thing, just really finding spots to take the photos, but once I could adjust the exposure and really get the subject matter in the right spot, those were pretty much fine. um the fifth one I really just struggled. I couldn't figure out what I was doing wrong. I spent probably 6 hours trying to find videos to explain what was being asked. I watched the lecture 2 or 3 times. Um and I just didn't understand what I was doing wrong, that wasn't working. Like I wasn't even getting the line. I just wasn't understanding how to complete those photos. And after a couple of days of trying, in a collective few hours, I just couldn't figure it out. With extensive research. So I'm hoping the more I use the camera, the better I'll become at it. I think maybe the video portion might be better for me. I'm hoping maybe I'll understand it and see it a lot more than I am maybe in the still photos. But for the most part, this was a bit difficult for me. I don't find myself frustrated with assignments often, but using the camera and getting the assignment guidelines done for me just this time around was just a little hard. Um, and I've got a few cool photos, and I'm hoping that I've hit the requirements where I could.